Fighters, today on Contractor Fight TV, we're going to talk about a problem that a lot of you guys are having, and that's that you've sold too much work, you can't keep up, you're having a hard time finding people to build your team, and your customers are getting ticked off at you. So let's talk a little bit today about how we're going to deal with that. Let's go. So the first thing that I want you to get perspective on right now is if your clients are getting ticked off at you because they have to wait so long and all this other stuff, you can't keep up, you've sold so much work. Listen, pat yourself on the back because this is actually a great problem to have. Like, if you're gonna have a problem in business, having too much work is a great problem. Now, the easy answer, if you post this online and other forums and ask questions of like, what do I do if I'm in this situation? The low-hanging fruit answer is you raise your prices, and everybody knows that. In fact, you should be getting more price objection now than you ever have because the phone's ringing off the hook. If you're answering your phone, you're getting back to people and stuff and communicating well, you're going to win the projects. All right, so if you're selling your work and you're not getting price objection, jack those prices up. All right, number one there. The other low-hanging fruit here is pay your subs more than anyone else will pay them. As you raise your prices, your subs should be rewarded more. Take care of your subs. They'll give you priority in the schedule. And then word will get around that you pay great and other subs will want to come in. Give performance bonuses to your subs when they finish projects ahead of schedule and things like that. You can also partner with other business owners in your industry. I coach a lot of people in the koi pond water feature industry, and these guys are famous for like flying in other pond builders to help them do bigger projects, and they pay them and everybody's happy and makes money and this and that. And you can also fly people in. This is why I like associations and things like that. Like if I'm running a painting company and maybe I'm in a cold climate and somebody else is like in Arizona or whatever, and it's our slow season and it's their busy season, we can still make some money and they can still make some money and get their jobs done. All right, so guys, there's always an answer. That's why relationships are so important. That's the low-hanging fruit with this good problem that you have. But now I want to give you a couple other tactical things that will help you deal with this situation if things are going like this for you. The first is this. When people call, you have to set expectations right away that you're booked out. Communicate up front with this. We call this in our sales training program, and we didn't coin the term, but it's called vanguarding. Basically, pointing out the shit that's going to go wrong before it goes wrong, giving people an opportunity to know how to feel about it, right? So maybe you get somebody on the phone and like, yeah, we want a bathroom remodel, you know, and a great question could be, hey, I appreciate you calling, but you know, what if I told you that we wouldn't be able to start your project until July, say 5-6 months from now? Would that be a deal breaker? All right? Like, let's get that out of the way, because if timing is really a factor for people, you don't want to waste a lot of time running around bidding a job, you know, and putting numbers to it, signing contracts just to let them down later. It's going to be a better experience for everybody. Another great pre-qual question to ask people is simply, hey, I appreciate you calling about the project. What phase of this decision are you in right now? Like, are you in the gathering info stage and you're going to do this a few months down the road? Or are you guys like have something coming up in the next month or two that you have to have this done for? It just brings everything out on the open, onto the table, and you can communicate honestly and openly and quickly and move on. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but you can get them out of your life if it's just not going to be a good fit. They can move on and find another contractor to work with, and you can even recommend somebody if you can't do it. Because again, that just builds, we're rising all the ships or whatever that damn saying is, right? All right, so second thing I want to talk about here is one of the questions I got in our Facebook group. Somebody said, and I'll read it to you here. He says, I'm currently booked through June, and as we're filming this, it's January. Phone hasn't stopped ringing. Clients are not wanting to wait. I'm losing out on multiple jobs, and that's going to happen, by the way. If you can't get to it, you can't get to it, right? He said, what's the best way to retain these clients? But the one question here was, is there a sales pitch that'll motivate the clients to get on my wait list? All right? And so I'm going to address mainly that part right now. And let me say this. If you're losing projects because you can't get to them, Win the jobs you're on now, meaning you sold the jobs you're on now for at least a 50% gross profit. Take care of those customers, provide a great experience. You do not take shortcuts. Don't just go hire a bunch of bodies or subs that you don't know, that you don't trust, because that's going to damage your brand in the long run. I'd rather have to say no to some people than to really screw up our brand and those things. But what I want to address here, he said, his question was, what is the pitch for my wait list, basically? And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, it's content. It's creating content in your business, okay? Your content will weed people out. The people that we coach, like in our Battleground program and things like that, that are totally kicking ass in their business, their content is set up on their website and their blogs and their YouTube channels and all these other things, social media, that it's already answering the questions. It's already of how much does this thing cost and why, how come I have to wait so long right now, to get my bathroom remodeled or whatever the issue might be. When you create content like that, you have things to send to people. So for instance, if I'll just go back to bathroom remodel, or if I'm 6 months, 7, 8 months booked out and you reach out to the company, we're going to thank you, of course, and this and that, but then we're going to send you some links. We'll schedule a phone call with you, but in between the time we're going to have that pre-qualification phone call, I'm going to send you links to articles that we've written on pricing and all those other things. And guys, what happens is usually a third to a half of the people that set up these appointments with you, when they check out the content of what things cost and the price range, a lot of them cancel the appointment. Now you don't have to deal with them all because they were never going to be your customer. Another great thing you can use, this here is called a smartphone. Okay, I'm not sure if anyone knows what this is, Eric, but this is a smartphone. It's actually a supercomputer that we carry around in our pocket. Now, I'm going to recommend a company here for an app. I do not have any sort of sponsorship deal with these guys or anything like that. I use it myself here in the fight. It's an app called Bonjoro. All right, so again, if I'm you, I'm basically saying, say a form is filled out on the website, notifies me on my phone, and I got their email, and I know the type of project they want to do and things like that. I'm going to open up Bonjoro. I'm going to record a quick little video that says, hey, Joe, Mary, super excited that you were thinking of us for this project. Can't wait to do it. Couple things I want to do before we set an appointment and all that other stuff and take the next step. I do want to let you know that we're booked out X amount of weeks, X amount of months, whatever, for most of our projects. And I've also included a link here to some frequently asked questions that are on our website, about what things might cost based on your project and this and that. Check those things out, hit me back, and just let me know if it makes sense, to continue with the next step in our process here, all right? And so that will save you a ton of time. It also brings them back to your website, okay, where they're now on your site, they're learning more about you and your company and your brand and what things cost and all that. And guys, I'm telling you, the right people will stick around because that's a red carpet experience. None of your competitors are doing that unless they're watching this video and they actually implement what we're talking about. All right, so your content is really the sales pitch for the wait list. The more you build your brand, the more you build your name, your reputation, you position yourself as the experts, people wait for experts. They don't want to half-ass things. And the ones that do, they're not a good fit for you anyway, so you move on. Next thing I want to talk about here. If you're in this situation, do not stop marketing. Do not stop marketing. One of the guys in our program the other day, he was on one of our coaching calls, and he says, it bit me in the ass. I was busy like crazy last summer, couldn't keep up, this and that. And he says, and I paused our marketing, and I paid for it in the winter months when everything's slow to begin with. All right? What you do to market your business today for most contractors, you won't see those leads for 3, 6, 9, 12 months down the road. All right? Because it's important to understand people are in different phases of the buying process. Some are just thinking about a project and they're just searching things on Google. All right? Others, are down the river a little more and they're ready to, pay somebody to do the project and everything in between. Use this time to dial in and determine who your ideal client is, who your ideal client is not, what your ideal service is, what your low profit services are, what are the jobs that you would love to repeat over and over, and market for those things so that those leads increase and the wrong leads and the wrong types of clients those types of leads decrease. All right? Say no to loser jobs. All right? It is the easiest time ever right now in history to be a contractor and be successful and make money if you communicate right, if you market your ass off, if you roll the red carpet for people and do what you say you would do. You will never have a problem. All right? But do not stop marketing, because I promise you it's like friendly fire. You're shooting holes in your own damn boat when you do that. All right, guys, as we wrap up, here's the perspective I want you to have. This is a good problem to have. All right? It's a good problem to have. You cannot control how somebody else reacts to the fact that you're booked out. If they're pissed, that's their problem. It's not your problem. You're being honest. You're communicating openly. You're raising your prices that are appropriate, for what you do and the value you give. And when you're attacking your content, you're stepping on the gas with your marketing. It is what it is. All right? And I personally believe that most consumers are willing to wait if they feel they've been respected, communicated with, and all that other stuff. There's something to be said that if I'm going to hire a contractor to do an addition or a kitchen remodel and they're available next week, that might be a red flag to me as a homeowner, to me as a consumer. Like, I don't want the guy that's available tomorrow, okay? Because what does that say about how far he's booked out and the type of company he runs and whether he's a company of chaos or order? All right, so hopefully this makes sense, guys. This is a great problem to have. Communicate, do what you say you're going to do, amp up the marketing, create content that answers all these questions that people are going to have, all right, so that you diffuse these bombs before they blow up in your face later on. And I'm telling you, when you do this, you will have the right amount of work at the right price, at the right profit, and you'll be able to build your business the way you want to build it, in a way that serves you, your clients, your employees for the next 20, 30, 40 years. You guys rock. I got to roll. Don't forget to check out our new program, Battleground, at thecontractorfight.com/battleground. Come hang out with some really cool contractors and coaches and take this stuff we're talking about here way deeper. Don't forget to subscribe today and share this with another contractor.